What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never, and welcome back to another update on Oscar. If you enjoy this content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Help me pump that algorithm. I'd greatly appreciate it. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
Okay, now similar to yesterday with the FOMC meeting, there's going to be Trump speaking at the Digital Asset Summit today. So there's always a chance that this has an impact on the crypto market. I want to be clear about that. So as I'm showing you guys technical analysis and I'm talking about Oscar, just understand a lot can change. At this point, I have no idea what he's going to say. And then regarding the meeting yesterday, Federal Reserve leaves interest rates unchanged. They remain at 4.25% to 4.5%. But yeah, again, a lot can change today. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you guys some technical analysis. And this is actually Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame. And as of this morning, I've had Bitcoin drawn in this bull flag. And this is actually the exact update that I gave in my Discord this morning. We lost the 21 day, but I would like to point out that the flag is still intact. In addition, we have extremely oversold stochastics and Class A bullish divergence. If we get decent news, then the 1 hour looks prime for a breakout. We just don't want to lose 84.5K. That will change my mind. And as of right now, this still stands absolutely true. You can see that price action did actually start to break out from this level, but we came up and got rejected off of the 21 day. But the reason that I really like Bitcoin in the 1 hour right now is because of those stochastics. We're pinned down here. In addition, we have Class A bullish divergence. You can see price action is swinging up, whereas the RSI is swinging down. Usually that signals that a local bottom has been reached. And the reason I'm showing you guys the 1 hour for Bitcoin is because that's usually what you do after you get a nice move on the larger time frames. And you can see that for the first time in a long time, Bitcoin has actually had a solid close above the 200-day moving average. But you can see that this most recent candle is a decent sized red candle right now. But as we stand, we are still above the 21 day and the 200 day. So if we can stay above these levels and the 1 hour can actually get the breakout, then we look very good right now. That being said, when you look at Ethereum, it's a little bit different of a story. Ethereum on the daily time frame has had a textbook rejection off of the 21 day. It literally does not get any cleaner than this. We had back-to-back wicks off of this level. And now, similar to Bitcoin, you can see that we are forming a decent sized red candle. But I do want to point out that if Bitcoin does break out, I would expect Ethereum to break out as well. But we need to see Ethereum get back above this level. If we don't, then the daily time frame does not look amazing right now. But I will also continue pointing out the larger time frames as I've done in pretty much every video recently. And the reality is that Ethereum is extremely important because it's the leading altcoin. But I think Ethereum looks very strong on the weekly. The stochastics and RSI are both getting very oversold. Backtest through Ethereum's history, what has happened every single time we've been oversold. We usually get a very strong breakout. But it's not just the weekly that's oversold. If you look at the 2 week, we're also extremely oversold. If you look at the 1 month time frame, we're very oversold. If you look at the 3 month time frame, we're yet again very oversold. And the 3 month is also retesting the 21 day moving average, which has never been lost throughout the entire history of Ethereum. Even during the depths of the bear market, we broke beneath this level, but we did not close beneath it. And as of right now, we have fought back above the level. And you pair stuff like this with the fact that whales are loading up on Ethereum right now. Just this morning, someone purchased another $242 million worth of ETH. And I get questions all the time, why does this not affect price action if whales are loading up? It's because they're buying at OTC. But rarely has it been a good idea throughout history to bet against major institutions like BlackRock and Fidelity. And they have been buying Ethereum for a reason. But anyways, now we'll go ahead and take a look at Oscar. And you can see that Oscar is currently sitting at a $1.3 million market cap. So obviously Oscar has gotten hammered from its all-time high. But you can see that Oscar came out in September of 2024. What has Ethereum done during that same time frame? We'll go ahead and look at the weekly on Ethereum again real quick. So this is Ethereum in September. And you can see that obviously we had that nice run up, as did Oscar. But then Ethereum has fallen even beneath these previous levels. So when the chain that Oscar is built on is dropping, you can't expect Oscar to be pumping. That's just the reality of the situation. But the reason that I am still very bullish on this project is because of what they have going on. I highly recommend at least joining the Telegram of this project. For a project that is only a $1.3 million market cap, what they are building is incredible. But I want to point out how connected this project actually is. If you actually do some research into the narrative of this project, it's crazy to see how well connected they are to Shiba Inu. For example, if you just look at who is following the project, you can see that they are followed by Shytoshi. Who is Shytoshi? This is currently the lead dev of Shiba Inu. You come over to CoinMarketCap and you can see that Shiba Inu is a $7.5 billion market cap. And it's the second largest meme coin. In addition, who else follows them? Paradox Designer. This is the individual who created the logo for Shiba Inu, and he actually plays a huge role in Oscar. He's in the Telegram all the time. He's one of the leaders. Now, obviously, do the connections of Oscar guarantee that it will succeed? No, they do not. But when I see a lot of other projects that are sitting at 5, 10, $15 million market caps that are not doing anything, it's just crazy to me that Oscar's 1.3 million. Again, I'm not telling you to buy the project, but I recommend joining the Telegram. Just see if the community is something that you vibe with. I would not be shocked at all if when the dog narrative explodes, Oscar is one of those projects that also explodes. Obviously, nothing I say or do, though, is financial advice. Always make your own decisions in this market. But if you guys are interested in Oscar and you're interested in joining a like-minded community, then I also recommend taking a look at my Discord. I also give you guys consistent Bitcoin updates. But we've been making huge gains in the Discord this entire bull run. The market is in a downtrend right now, but it will not stay that way forever. But we've already called 6 different 200x projects as a community. Just to put this in perspective, a $1,000 investment into any one of these projects could have turned into over $200,000. So if this is the kind of thing that sounds interesting to you guys, I have the link right here on my YouTube homepage. I'd love to see you guys in here. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments whether or not you guys believe in Oscar long term. If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.